Sup lads, welcome back to another video. Now today I'm going to be attempting one of the many challenges that have been set during lockdown, and as you can tell from the screen is World 23 Man scored one player per league. You probably could have told that by the title as well. Now many of these challenges have been going down, have many challenges like this have people have been attempting at in lockdown. As you can see, I've chosen World 23 Man scored one player per league, but there's also been ones like one player per age, one player per nationality. And if you do want to see one of those like that, if you if you do end up enjoying today's video, 5 likes, quite a high like goal, I know. But 5 likes and I'll make another one on either nationality or age. First of all, let's get straight into it. So basically, quite simple, the rules is you can only have one player per league. So for example, you can't have De Bruyne and Van Dijk, you can't have Messi and Benzema, you can't have Ronaldo and Koulibaly in the same team. So I've gone round and I think I made quite a good team. So let's go start 11 first. The first player, the goalkeeper, is me, Fernando Muslera, from the Super League, the Turkish league. And I didn't actually realise he was that old. He is 33, but he does captain his club Galatasaray. And he's a great player, and he did very well because of that mistake against France in the World Cup. But apart from that, he's a solid number one, and he's a great choice, I think, to have in the net. And 33 as well, he's got some good experience. Right back is going to be Mario Fernandes. So of course he's another great choice at right back from the Russian Premier League, obviously. And he was one of those players that was very good at the World Cup. And I mentioned him in a few of my videos about, I think I mentioned the new rebuild Newcastle, about players that Newcastle could sign for right back. He's a great option to have. And he's 29, so he's quite old, but, well, not quite old, but not young, to be honest. So I think he's a good option at right back, and he's probably, I think, a sensible choice. So our first centre back is going to be Ruben Dias. I think this is another good pick from the Portuguese league. He's obviously been linked with the likes of Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and yeah, he's very good centre back as well, and young as well at 23. So yeah, and he's probably one of the best defenders in Portugal and the Portuguese league, and he's a Portuguese international as well. So, and he's got players like Pepe to learn from there. So yeah, and Jose Font. So I think he's another good option to have at centre back. And the other centre back is I went back there. The other centre back's gonna be Marcus Rojo, not as good as Ruben Dias, but of course he's on loan at Estudiantes from Man United in a minute, and he's a decent centre back. And it was very tough to find, especially as you know it's one player per league. So it's kind of hard to get all the players in the team, but I think he is a decent little acquisition for the defence. And he's not bad. He's not great, but it's hard to find great players across every league. And the left back is, oh my god, I keep going back. I'm sorry, guys. So the left back is Nicolas Tagliafico for Ajax, another great player. He's done very well for Ajax. He's one of the few that did stay around after the Champions League run. He's been linked to likes of Chelsea, Man City as well. Great player, and Barcelona as well, most importantly. And he is very consistent, very good job for Ajax. He does score quite a few goals as well, and he's got quite a few assists this season. You see with 7 in 38 games, not bad for a left back. And yeah, he's a great acquisition from Ajax. I believe they got him from Boca Juniors, but yeah, he's a great player and a good option for left back. First centre mid is going to be our first of the big 5 leagues in Europe. We have Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Now, you probably think, why didn't I go Pjanic? But I'm just going this because the other two midfielders lack a little bit of bite. And Milinkovic-Savic, I think we can get that pure physicality in midfield. He's a great player, 25, and he was very good in 17-18, had a bit of a drop-off in 18-19, but he's got back to form this year. And he's been linked with a big move to Chelsea, Man United, Real Madrid, and many more. And he is a great player, and he's 25 as well, so he's still got quite a few years left in him, and he's quite a tough midfielder, so I think he's a good choice for Serie A. And then Paulinho we've got as well for the Chinese Super League, who was formerly of Barcelona and Spurs. He's probably one of the better options for the Chinese Super League. Obviously have the likes of Hulk as well that play in the league, Oscar, but I've got a better Cam as well, so I thought Paulinho, again, in the Chinese Super League, I believe on FIFA 20, it's at 85 rated, which is mad for Chinese Super League, and he should really be still playing at Barca. The only reason he's not is because they had a cap on many. I think they had too many foreign players, so they had to get rid of Paulinho, and he went back to Guangzhou Evergrande. He's a very good player, too good for the Chinese Super League in my opinion, and he's getting into the team. and the cam, the only Premier League player obviously is Kevin De Bruyne. Now I gotta admit I did make this team a little bit top heavy, and I'm kind of regretting that. But hopefully the attacking power can just help us score goals. Kevin De Bruyne, he's probably one of my favourite players, if not probably not my favourite, but one of my favourite players in the world right now. Just he's so enjoyable to watch. Like, the passes he makes is amazing. Just his vision, like some of the passes, you don't know how he pulls it off. You don't even see the pass on. And he's right on course to break the record for most Premier League assists in the season. I believe the record's 20 by Thierry Henry on 17, I think. So all he needs is 3 in 9 games, and I'm pretty sure he'll get that. And that is my Premier League pick. Right wing, I'm going to go straight to our La Liga pick. It's obviously Lionel Messi. Who else am I going to choose? Am I going to choose Odsonne? Obviously not. But yeah, Messi, great choice. For me, 33 this month though, so he's getting on a bit, but he's still Messi is Messi. As you can see with the stats, just amazing. Like, almost, what is that, 24-16? Quick maths, that's what, 40 goals in 31, 40 goal involvements in 31 games. Not quite the Messi numbers we've seen before, but you can only expect it to get worse as he gets older. By the way, don't blame me for not picking Ronaldo. This is a very strong front three, as you'll see on in a minute. Left wing is going to be the Liga pick is Neymar. I haven't gone for Mbappe, but you probably know who the striker is. If you have a little think about it, again, his stats are amazing. He does play a little bit worse league than Messi, to be fair, with 28 goal involvements in 22 games. Obviously, he's 28, so he's probably at his prime at the minute. But he's just getting injured so much recently. And if one's for injuries, he'd definitely be up there, being nominated for the Ballon d'Or and be getting probably to podium positions. He's never got higher than third, though. For all the hype being the new Pele, he's definitely not that. You just can't say that to a youngster. No one's going to be the new Pele or the new Messi for a very long time at least. And finally, the striker, the final top 5 league pick, Robert Lewandowski. Now, if you thought Messi and Neymar stats were good, look at those. 44 goals in 38 games. Wow. I was still a bit going to downgrade him to an 88 after this season, even though he's been absolutely amazing. He's on course to break many records. And I think he's won like 11 consecutive games at the start of the Bundesliga season, which is mad. And yeah, he's probably the best striker in the world if you discount Ronaldo as a left winger. And even then, he still make a great case. And yeah, that's going to do it for the starting 11. Now let's go to the bench. I've got backup goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic. I believe he's Croatia's number 1, so that's a pretty good pick because, of course, Subasic retired from international duty. And I don't know much about him, but I think he's meant to be pretty decent, and he's a good pick for the Croatian league, I think, and a good backup keeper as well, so that's pretty good. Right back, Kevin Ruegg, again, probably I'd say one of the worst players in this team. Again, there's not much to do with fullbacks from the Swiss league, but I believe at the age of 21, I think he's got quite high potential on FIFA 20, 85, 86, that's the only reason I'd heard of him, and I think he's meant to be quite decent anyway. Our backup centre-back, centre-back on the bench is Ben White. He probably should have put him in for Rojo, but he's done very well on loan at Leeds this season from Brighton. And he's going to be the first second division player to be in the team. I believe there's one more later on. But again, 22, and he's done so well for Leeds United this season. Looks like a very promising player. Centre mid on the bench, Andres Iniesta. I mean, he's 36, but it's Iniesta, come on. And at the age of 36, just look at those stats. 3 assists in 4 games. He's a Barcelona legend. Unlucky not to win a Ballon d'Or, to be honest. If he was in any year apart from this one, he would have won it. Probably 1 or maybe even 2 Ballon d'Ors. But age 36, still going strong in Japan. I think he'll probably retire in a year or 2. And he's only recently turned 36. And as you can see from the stats, no goals, but 3 assists in 4 games is very good. And yeah, let's move on to the other centre mid on the bench, or Cam, Shinji Kagawa. So this is the only other second division player I've got in the team from the Spanish second division, of course, former Man United and Dortmund player. Only 2 years ago he's playing for Dortmund. Now he's playing the second division for Real Zaragoza, and it's not like they're top. I think they're playoff places, possibly. And he is very good. He's not very good for the stats, though. He was a bit of a flop at Man United, but he did well at Dortmund. But who else did he play? We played with Besiktas last season for a little bit. But again, Shinji Kagawa, a bit of a wasted talent, to be honest. Like, he was meant to do quite well at Man United, but it just didn't work out for him there. Right winger, I've got MLS pick Carlos Vela. He's just too good for that league. He did so well last year and the year before in the MLS. And he's 31, of course. He's played for Barcelona, Arsenal. 4 goals in 4 games, and he had a season like that last year and the year before as well. Even when Zlatan was in the division, he still managed to finish top scorer, I think. So that's quite an achievement for Villa. And the final bench player in the strike is going to be the SPFL pick, Odsonne Edouard. There's talks of him going to Arsenal and Newcastle, but he might stay at Celtic, but he's too good for the Scottish League. Look at those stats. It's 46 goal involvements in 45 games. Celtic dominate the league. He needs to give himself a little bit of a challenge. And especially if Aubameyang leaves, he could be a decent replacement. But I think maybe find your feet at a club like Newcastle first. Just maybe need that stepping stone, because he might just be a flop at Arsenal. And maybe just have that stepping stone, as I said, at Newcastle first. And he's just too good for the SPFL, and that's why he's going in the list. Now for the reserves, the 5 players that didn't quite make it into the starting 11 or bench. First of all, we have former Liverpool keeper Simon Mignolet for our Belgian league pick. Decent stats, actually. He's almost keeping a clean sheet every other game. He was alright. Liverpool just very mistake prone. And he's a decent third choice keeper, I think. He's just good there. He's just good to have a backup to the backup. Like, if anything, he's not. It's not like we have this random 18-year-old who's never played a game in his life as a third. We've got a very experienced keeper as our third choice goalkeeper, I guess. And probably the next one, probably the worst player in this team, is this Lucas Lima of the Saudi Professional League. I believe there's another Lucas Lima playing for Santos, not him. It's this random left back that plays for Al Ali in the Saudi Professional League. Again, nothing special about him. I had to get a pick from a random league that I hadn't already used, so I just used the Saudi Professional League. Of course, they do have players like Giovinco that I could have used. Giuliano, who's that one player from FIFA 20 who's actually good, that plays in the Saudi Professional League. So I just used him because I just had to get a left back from a league that I hadn't used. Centre back, Max Verber, of course, he featured in one of my previous videos about on the RB Salzburg 11. They get the best players. The ones you have very good memory and have watched that video, remember that I put him at left back in that video, so he's very versatile, so a good option to have. Austrian Bundesliga, obviously I could have put Haaland in there, but he doesn't play there anymore, and I just Minamino. I could have put Hwang Hee-chan, the guy that plays for Salzburg, but I put him instead because he's a very decent backup option. Left mid, Yacine Brahimi, playing the Qatar Stars League. So it also has players like Benatia and Mandzukic, but of course they got him a free from Porto last year, and he was very good there. So, and look at the stats as well. He's done very well there, as you can see from the stats, I guess. And yeah, Brahimi, nothing more to say. He's a very good player and good pick for the Qatar Stars League. And the final player, our third choice striker, Gabriel Barbosa, or Gabigol, whatever you want to call him, for the Brazilian League. And yeah, of course, he scored the 2 goals in injury time, or 2 very late goals to win the Copa Libertadores for Flamengo. Of course, he was on loan there, but I believe they bought them permanently from Inter Milan now. And great start to the season. You can see 6 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist. He's still only 23, so probably a very promising future ahead of him. And yeah, that's going to have to do it for today's video, guys. The World 23-man score with 1 player per league. As I said, if you want to see one for either age or nationality, 5 likes and I'll do one of those, probably nationality, and then that gets 5 likes, so I'll do one for age. If you do want to see more videos like this, as I said, with age and nationality, remember to like the video. Also, still doing subscriber shout out, so all you want to do if you want to shout out in the following video, all you got to do is subscribe, and I'll get a notification on my phone that you've subscribed, and I can just shout you out in the next video. So cheers for watching today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.